Coach, you had a good day.
The first thing we talked about today was a little bit more. That was the winning edge for the day when we talked to the team before we went out. A little bit more. Our collective habits today was the best we've had. Running on and off the field, the details, the little things. We had a great little things practice.
With this weather, does it help with ball protection because the ball's a little slippery?
You know it does. We spent a lot of time on that today. I think it was a blessing to be able to be out there in the rain. Spent about 15 minutes today on just ball security. And that's not just carrying the football a certain way, but also receivers being in the proper alignment and blocking to make sure guys are not shooting inside on us, getting hits on the ball, all those things. We had a great day of work today.
After South Carolina, you mentioned all the mistakes. They were fixable mistakes. How do you feel like that progress is coming?
Well, we probably got about 50% of it fixed. We need another hard day of work to get the rest of it kind of nailed down. Our guys understand the problems. I think our coaches did a good job of communicating the problems and the issues and how you fix them. We went out today, like I said, collective habits today were great. Ball was high and tight. Our defense was, they created some turnovers on the show team, caught the ball well. We didn't drop that interception that we dropped. We cut off blocks, and we did a lot of things.
22 catches for Zay. It seems like he's getting more hype each week. Does that mean you got to disguise things, make things a little bit more difficult?
The thing about Zay is that you don't have to disguise it because he knows every position. You have to disguise receivers that can only play the X position or the inside position because you can get schemed. But when he comes out in a different spot every play, you don't really have to disguise it very much. And then when they do want to take him away, whether he's inside or outside, we got guys underneath, and Jimmy Williams down the sideline, or underneath, Quay that's underneath. DeAndre Mason plays for us, so those guys can eat too when he's taking two off the top.
All right, Tony Petersen with us. Talk a little bit about Virginia Tech and what you're working on this week a little bit.
You know what? Their defense coordinator's been there a long time. He does a great job. They've got a very good defense at all three levels: defensive line, linebackers, and secondary. It's going to be a challenge for us. We got to find a way to run the football. We got to find a way to make sure we protect our quarterback, and then we got to make big plays down the field because we're going to get a lot of man opportunities. Well, we're always going to work on what we've got to do. We've got to look at them and see what we can do. If you're going to play a lot of tight coverage and give a lot of one-on-ones, then we've got to take our shots. And we feel like we've got wideouts to make those plays and a quarterback to make those throws. We've got to protect the quarterback and we've got to protect the football.
You're getting really good play out of Ferrier and Williams, too. That's starting to expand your playbook, no doubt, right?
Absolutely. You got, especially Ferrier, he stepped up. He hadn't played a lot, made some big plays. But, all of our receivers are doing a great job. We've had, knock on wood, very few drops. Phillips been throwing a lot of accurate balls. We had 4 turnovers this week, and 3 of them were inside the 5, and you can't win football games that way.
So what specifically impressed you the most about Zay last week?
Just the competitive nature, how he approached the opportunity to go out there and compete at South Carolina. It was just his whole mindset and the attitude that he had to go out there and compete at the highest level. And, he pushed himself through fatigue and played 97 snaps, which is a lot of football in those elements, and against good competition. And I was just impressed with his level of output throughout the day.
And where does he kind of line up with the other receivers you've coached?
He's right up there. As far as intelligence, route craft, competitiveness, toughness, practice habits, play speed, all the things that you're looking for, critical factors. He has all those, so I'm very excited about his future.
A lot of things going on during the game, but getting a double-digit receptions is quite a feat, especially against a SEC defense. At what point did you kind of realize that, man, he's doing something special?
I didn't know it was that many until after the game was over, because you're just kind of in the fire and you're going, you're competing, you're coaching. I got 8 guys, and I'm trying to get everybody situated. But then I figured he had, we kept catching the ball and we were 2-minute situations. Figured he had something going pretty well. I know it's 22, but you knew that he was catching the ball and he was executing the game plan that Tony had put together, and it was just one of those special Saturdays from an individual effort standpoint.
You guys lost Trayvon Brown at the beginning of the season. What is your assessment of the guys that have stepped in kind of in his spot?
Yeah, I have a tremendous amount of confidence with Jimmy Williams. I really respect the way he works, and I think, if the progression, when the ball goes to him and the progression is extremely reliable, I'm expecting him to have even more production here throughout the remainder of the season. So I thought he's done a tremendous job of being the number 2 guy at this point, and obviously Quay can do some nice things for you. Ferrier had a big time play in the seams and did a really nice job catching the football and competing, throughout the weekend. So he's getting better. So those are the guys that need to step up, and they have.
Zay, what have you seen in the leadership of Philip over these last three days of practice?
With it just facing adversity and battling back from it. He's just a tough kid. He's going to come back stronger for us. We're going to correct some things, and we're all going to just get behind him and just keep following him.
Not rivals, but maybe close.
I guess it's like a love-hate relationship. You love to play against competitive people, but at the same time, you hate the other team. They've gotten better, in my opinion, just watching them on film. Like I said, they're an extremely talented group. I'm not afraid to say that, but you want to be the best. This is what you got to do.
What about you? 22 catches last week. Obviously, now teams are going to eye you a little bit more and more each week, as they've already done. I mean, how do you kind of handle that?
I mean, they can keep trying to do it, but we have weapons all across the board with James Summers and those type of guys. So it's not just keying on me; it's keying our entire team. And if we don't beat ourselves, then we can beat anyone that we play.
Did Justin say anything to you?
Yeah, I texted Justin. He congratulated me. I'm sure he was happy for me. I don't know if he was upset about it, but I talked to him and then I congratulated him on his touchdown.
Going there 2 years ago, what did you learn about the atmosphere that Lane Stadium has?
One of the best stadiums to play in. It's competitive, loud, but I've played in stadiums like that before, so it shouldn't be any problem. Let him just go play.
With back-to-back environments like this, do you feel like this team thrives when there's that much spotlight on you guys?
You know what? I believe so. I know I do, and try to spread that to the younger guys and guys who haven't been in this situation before. But playing in these big stadiums, that's big-time football. We just played the SEC team, now we get to play the AAC team. So you have to love to play in these type of environments, and you just won't forget these moments.